Hello friend, welcome back. In this video, I want to discuss about one of the most important things as a fetch API. So there is a fetch web API. Okay. So in Ajax, through the fetch API, we can get all the data. We can also able to store this data. So first of all, I want to get this data. Here they have one of the API as a API, and then Git have one of the link for the user. So that is one of the ready-made API. Okay. And here that is all one of the user API. So I want to actually fetch all that user data. That means this user data, I want to fetch it and I want to visible it in our web. Okay, that means here I want to visible it. So if you want to do that work, then we can do that work with using this fetch. That is one of the functions. So with this function, we can actually do that work very easily. I show you like that is I want to remove everything. So for get all the data from our API, that is one of the user API, I want to get it. So for get all the data, now I want to use it one of the JavaScript building function as a fetch. Okay, so I better make it as a fetch web, that is fetch web API. Okay, so now I want to take one of the variable first, that is on the constructor. I then take one of the constant variable, and then into this constant variable I name it as a Git API. Okay, I just simply want to take it Git API, and now that is another building function. As I told you, there is a fetch. Okay, so you can see that is one of the building function, and into this function area here I want to load our API. That means that is our API. Okay, so that is one of the building API. I want to copy it, and now I just simply paste it. You can also get a lot of the fake API. If you search into the Google, you will get some of the API. Okay, so for education purpose, I'm actually using it. That is one of the API, and this API I want to access. So now if you want to print it, like here I want to with this console log, I want to print our this Git. Okay, Git API. And then what exactly this data will be displayed. If you now click as a save all, and now if you go and your browser, click as a refresh, now you can see it's now pass one of the promises. Okay, it's now pass one of the promises, and also is as a pending. So when you get any promises, as I told you before, then we can able to access our two of this method as a then and then catch, right? So I want to use it here. So with this Git API here, I want to use that as a then method, and into this then method area, whatever the response that I will get, but I want to make it as a functional array. So that is our I get that response. This response data, okay, this response data I want to print. So if you want to print it, that will be as a console log. Into the console log area here, I want to pass our this res. Okay, so here I simply pass it. I hope friend you already know about this part. And also if you want to declare the catch as well, you can also declare it. That will be as a catch, right? That is a catch method. I simply loaded this catch method, but I want to make it into the another line. That is a catch method. Okay, and into this catch method I want to pass another error. That means if there have any error, that will be display this error. That is our functional array. And here with this console log, I want to display this error. Okay, I hope you already know about it. And now if you click as a save all, go there, click as a refresh. Okay, better I want to make it into the here. Now you can see it's now passed some of the data. Here there is a body used as a false, header, color, type, URL. So that is one of the response data, and into this response data that is one of the body. Okay, into this body if you open it, now you can see it's one of the readable stream data. So here now we have to access our this readable stream all the data. So if you want to access it, then we have to work in here. So now I want to get this data. I want to get all that our user details data, right? So if you want to get it, then they have the another building method as a JSON. So that is one of the JSON data. I want to call our this JSON. So right now better I remove it. Okay, remove it, and then I want to call this response. So that is our response, and then JSON. Okay, that is our JSON method. So I simply call it. Okay friend, and after that here right now there is one of the promises data, so we can use another then. So I make it as another then method, and into this then method area here I want to pass one of the parameter as a profile. That means the user profile, whatever you choose. Right now I make it as a profile, and then with our array function here I want to display our this profile. That is a console log, and into this console log area here I want to pass that profile. Okay, I simply pass this profile, And now if you run it, so that is one of the JSON data. So with this JSON we'll get all we are able to access all that our this user API data. Okay, so it's now get this data. That is all. I have already taken another then, and I just take one of the parameter as a profile. So right now all the data into this profile. So now I want to display this profile data. So with this console log I display this profile. Now if you click as a save all, and now if you go click as a refresh, so you can see it's now successfully now get all that user data. Okay, that is in our API. Whatever the data is in here, if you now go to our API, that means that is our API. You can see that is all that our API details data. So now this data is accessible in here. Okay, you can see everything is in here. I hope friend you get some of the idea how to work with the fetch function. So with this fetch function we are able to get all the data with this JSON method, and then here I simply load it. Okay, just simply understand how that functionality works. Later we will go more deep. Just simply understand that fetch method. Okay, so that is the fundamental series. In the fundamental series you have to just remember what exactly the then, the fetch, just simply remember it. Later we will build the project, then everything will be more clear. Okay, so how can access that API? I hope it's very much clear to you.